What's up guys, Peter here from Reviews on Anything. In a different location today, not the usual zoomed in grey background, but we're here with a standing desk. This is a desk made by a company called AIBOX, and the kicker is that it's made out of cardboard. Now, we sit in offices all day long, we sit in our car, we sit a lot, and some even say that sitting is the new smoking. A solution to that is obviously to stand up and walk around a bit, but that is not really productive. Hence, the standing desk. You can stand at this desk and still work. This is a desk that supports up to 80 kilos of weight, so iMacs, PCs, no problem at all. And you have a much more comfortable working position, because as you can see, I'm standing up. I'm 6'1", about 183 in centimeters, and this is a desk that is the perfect height for me to work with. You're not slumped over behind your computer, you can actually work on this very comfortably. The benefit obviously is that you're in a much better, much more natural position. You stand up, so you burn a bit more calories as well, which is a nice added bonus, and you can still be productive. Now this particular desk is made out of cardboard. AIBOX makes a whole variety of products out of cardboard. Anything from this desk to children's tables and chairs. And the benefit obviously is that it's very light. You can imagine a normal standing desk is very heavy, you have to assemble it. This comes in a giant box of paper effectively. No tools required, no screwdrivers, nothing. You can just fold this up like a giant origami piece and you end up with this standing desk. And the beauty is that you can also fold it back into itself and carry it around. I mean, obviously it is this size, so it's not an easy thing to carry around, dimensions wise, but it only weighs 6.5 kilos. So if you want to, you can actually move this around your office or to a desired destination. Now, besides this desk being a good desk with a big working surface and a lot of functionality built into it, the other benefit of the cardboard that is used is obviously that it's completely recyclable. And I want to give AIBOX credit for that, showcasing what cardboard can do. It's not something soft and weak that you can't use anywhere else than maybe carrying your groceries. It is actually a sturdy construction that is also good for the environment. So that's definitely something I think fits in the times where people are starting to get slightly more environmentally conscious, to showcase how great cardboard can be. Now this is a great desk, I quite like this, but there are problems, and most of them are obviously related to the material used. Cardboard is not as stiff and durable as metal or plastic is, for example. Since it is compressed cardboard, the edges are gonna fray. AIBOX claims 30 to 50 times folding and refolding. I don't think so. 10 times maybe, but especially the parts where you press it into itself, they are going to loosen up and the whole desk is going to lose structural rigidity, which is not its strongest point to begin with. You can see that it is quite movable, and because it is so light, it only weighs 6.5 kilos, remember, when somebody bumps into this, the effect is pretty dramatic potentially. It helps when there's a bit of weight on it, a computer and a few things that presses it down and obviously improves the stability a little bit. But if you bump into this by accident, things are quite likely to fall off, which is not exactly what you want with a desk. And then we have liquids. Obviously, cardboard does not play well with liquids. So any kind of drink you're going to put on here, any kind of glass that's going to leave a ring, the ring is going to be on here forever. If you spill something, you have to wipe it off like immediately, otherwise your desk is pretty much ruined and it's going to lose all stiffness. Also, obviously, spilling food. When you spill something, I don't know, chicken or something on your desk, the stain is going to be in there forever, because you can't clean this. You can't really spray this with anything and make the stain go away. Now, AIBOX says you should treat this like an expensive wooden desk, which is not completely fair, I think, because an expensive wooden desk you can still clean with any kind of cleaner or a wet wipe, and with this you can't. So I think if you're going to use this as your sort of semi-permanent desk, you might want to put some kind of cover on it to make sure that you don't ruin your desk the first time you spill something. Then we come to the price. This costs 150 euros, which is a lot of money, I think, for a pile of cardboard, effectively. That means it is only to be used in sort of a professional environment. This is not worth it to get if, for example, you have a house party and you want to get a bunch of standing tables. I think this is too expensive for that market. There's plenty of cheaper solutions at IKEA for that. In a professional environment, you can imagine some kind of group working space at work. Maybe if you're self-employed and you want a standing desk at home that's cost efficient, then it probably makes sense. But I think anywhere outside those environments, it probably doesn't. It also probably would be a good thing to invest 150 euros in this before you get into a serious standing desk. This is a very good platform to try out if the standing desk is for you, if it's functional, if it's practical. And you know, you can, after you try it out for a few weeks, you can fold it up and put it in your basement and take it out whenever you might need it again. So in that sense, it does work really well. So what do I make of the cardboard standing desk? I'm a bit torn, to be honest. On the one hand, I really like it as a concept, as a way of working that is good for your body and that improves your productivity out of a material that's recyclable and good for the environment. 10 points for those two things together. On the other hand though, I think this material comes with quite a few limitations. I mentioned spilling, obviously, the stability that is not optimal, but most of all it's the areas where sort of the edges are exposed and they are gonna fray no matter how careful you are with it. And that sort of limits this desk as something that you put together and take it apart multiple times. I think it is not going to survive that over time. So I hope this is sort of a 1.0 version of this product, because I quite like the idea behind it, and I think that further iterations of this desk will certainly address those issues. All in all though, 150 euros for this, I'd say it's a bit much if you are self-employed. I think you're better off with the solutions that you put on your existing desk that AIBOX sells. But in an office environment, to change things up a little bit, or in sort of a collaboration space, I think this is a very interesting thing to look at. And also, like I mentioned before, if you want to get into the standing desk game but don't want to invest heavily right away, this is a very good sort of tryout in order to see if the standing desk game is for you. This was Peter from Reviews on Anything with a look at the cardboard standing desk from AIBOX. Not a really definitive conclusion, but I think definitely an interesting product and an admirable product because it is recyclable and still provides a lot of benefits in terms of how productive and how healthy you are during work. Thank you AIBOX for providing us with the review unit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely check out what they have to offer for you, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!